are doing something very special. It is a unique camp, as CNN's Dan Rutz reports from Los Angeles.
Pepper Abrams has 5 children at home and another 400 or so for the Santa Monica Mountain Retreat she's building high above Los Angeles. Dining room antics are part of the fun at the camp Pepper organized 3 years ago for children with cancer. Up until now, the program has moved from camp to camp, operating around the scouts and church groups that own their own facilities. Within 2 years, Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times will have its own space too, and a greatly expanded program. And that's something the founder can really dance about.
A child with cancer is the only child in the family, the only child on the block, in the neighborhood, at the school, and there's a kind of loneliness and fear that even your parents can't respond to. And by having a camp, the children come together and remove artificial limbs and hair, and they make friends. And besides giving a child good health, what better thing than giving a child a friend and adventures and a time to feel independent.
Half the children diagnosed with cancer today will be cured, but all face difficult years of extensive, painful treatment. The camp, complete with medical staff and all the drugs needed to keep up the battle, offers a time for just being a kid, not a patient.
Because I feel comfortable around these people.
Cancer is no big deal here. John will talk about it, although the favorite subject among these 15-year-olds is girls.
I think it helps us see the kids as kids.
From the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, staff psychologist Cheryl Rubenstein sees the camp as a way for her patients to escape some of the scars of a troubled childhood.
Now we're able to play with them, and they see us as people and friends. When they go to the hospital, it's not as scary anymore. They have us as friends.
There are individual gifts of $500,000, and there are the priceless donations. Peaches here was best friend of a little girl who wanted Camp Good Times to have the pony after she died. The president, Michael Jackson, Dustin Hoffman, all are among contributors to the $7 million retreat that will be built soon for year-round service to campers and their families. Pepper's firstborn, David, treated 9 years ago for leukemia, was his mother's inspiration for the camp and the special school that, as part of it, will address educational needs some youngsters share. Among the hundreds in Pepper Abrams' expanded family, Kerry Bloor shows how important a big sister can be. We'll see in our next report. Dan Rutz, CNN, Los Angeles.
And now the medical report, and a look at a special place in California that allows young cancer victims to be treated more as children than as patients. Tonight, CNN's Dan Rutz reports from Malibu on the camp and on one particular camper.
At the closing campfire, 100 youngsters will applaud as Kerry Bloor and the women from Cabin 14 perform a modern-day classic.
Because Rubber Ducky had like a whole pond of, Rubber Ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
Since learning she had leukemia over 3 years ago, Kerry has taken it all in stride. She shares a happy week at the camp near Los Angeles just for children with cancer.
We're all normal. We can play baseball or soccer or, you know, ride the horses and have the arts and stuff just like anyone else. And most people don't think you can do that. You know, if they say, oh, she has cancer, she can't do anything, you know, won't see her next week. But, you know, it's not true. We all here, and we play games and we do the art and stuff, and we have a lot of fun all together.
Teamwork off the court is even more important here. Kerry has grown to be one of the leaders.
First of all, she managed to take her chemotherapy, and even if she was nauseous or sick, she would go into the med shed and then get be okay and come back right out and be out at the pool. You know, she's a very determined child, and she's happy.
I like kids a lot, and I think since I've had cancer myself, then I can talk to the other kids and help them too if they need help.
When we first visited Kerry as part of a CNN documentary on cancer over a year ago, she met the challenge of her rather delicate condition at the time with the same confidence she shows now when her disease is well under control.
A lot of people are really awkward with the situation. People don't know how you feel about it. I'd rather they'd ask me than sit and wonder.
This year a camper, next year a counselor. Kerry plans her summers around the people that have helped make her future look bright.
I'm going to go to college, probably. I need to go in California for about 1 or 2 years, and I'll be off my treatment, but just for checkups and stuff, and then I'd like to transfer to New York to go to school.
Perhaps without knowing it, Kerry and the other campers provide a cure for professional burnout. among doctors and staff who deal with cancer day in and day out.
Staying in the hospital constantly, we see kids who usually aren't doing very well, and we don't get a chance to see the kids who come in just for a quick hour visit or weekly checkup or monthly checkup. Here we get to play with them and see that a lot of kids do well.
Dan Rutz, CNN, Malibu, California.
What I'd like for Christmas? To live till I'm 109.